Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the School of Science. Today we're going to be talking about some transfers that we've been hearing about. Now you probably can see all four of them here just to my left shoulder. They are Gareth Bale, Ivan Toney, Max Aarons and Philippe Coutinho. Now two of them I was absolutely taking a heartbeat. Actually no, three of them I will absolutely take a heartbeat. One of them I'm very apprehensive of, just for the fact that he has had a series of injuries. He hasn't played in ages. He's just been basically a bench warmer for quite a while. And in all honesty, he's just lost so much. He's barely starting at this point in time for their current club, but you'll find out in a minute. But before we continue, if you could just hit that subscribe button and the bell, that would be greatly appreciated. This is a brand new channel. We're trying our best to grow, and we're going to be providing content on a regular basis. Things we're going to be doing are transfer talks. We're going to be talking about pre-match, post-match, lineups, potential lineups, and just general directions our brilliant club is going. Okay, let's get back on topic. So the first two that I would absolutely take without even questioning it are Ivan Toney and Max Aarons. Why? Well, granted they are currently championship players. This honestly has very little to do with how they play. I mean, Ivan Toney, yes, he has been playing in the championship for quite a while, but he is absolutely magnificent when it comes to playing in the championship. This season, he has clocked in 30 goals and he has had 10 assists. So I had to think about that for a second. The 30 goals I've seen them, a few of them are penalties, but quite a lot of them are from open play. And just a massive varying amount of goals. There's tap-ins, there's move-ins from the box, there's a couple of outside the box. The penalties, I love the way he actually does his penalties. It's such a casual way to do the penalty. It is literally just a couple of walking steps up and bam, in. It is so off-putting to the keeper that it is just a whole new level. I remember Paul Pogba, was it? He has a style where he would do like a little bounce up towards the ball and then bam. This takes that and just makes it more serious, but still casual in its aspect, and it is very, very hard to read. But back on topic. The thing I like about Ivan Toney is he's young, he is very hungry, and right now he is doing everything he can to put himself in the shop window. I really want Everton to try and reel this guy in and have him play alongside Calvert-Lewin. If he was to get the service of the likes of James Rodriguez or the other player that we're going to be talking about a little bit later, I feel he could do 20 a season without an issue. And he could probably assist, I would say, 7 to 10 in a season without much of an issue. In terms of cost, I'd be more than willing to pay 20 million to get him. At the moment, he's not proven in the Premier League, but I'm not afraid of that. The Championship is still a very competitive layer of English football. And I can just see him fitting well in the team that we've got right now. He's got something that we don't have at the moment, which is pace. I'm curious to see what he's like playing back. A lot of the footage I've grabbed has basically just been him. It's like 30 seconds of build up into his goal. That's all I've grabbed from it. I'm going to look at a couple of the games and there'll be an update of this at a later date. So it's going to be in the community tab. I'm just going to basically put it out saying, as I look at a couple of games, do I still like Ivan Toney? Yes or no? In regards to Max Aarons, he's going to be a Premier League player again. He's going to be back into the Premier League this season, with Norwich having 99 points at this point in time. So they've pretty much got the promotion in the bag. As that thought, though, he is going to have a huge price increase. I feel like if we would have grabbed him in the January window alongside Ben Godfrey, or before that, when they'd just recently been relegated, that would have been a steal and a half. That would have been an absolute steal and a half, because like Ben Godfrey, he is a very tenacious player. He will go up and down that right side, which we need desperately. The thing is, I love Seamus Coleman, but he is a really, really old player now. He's 32 now, if I'm not mistaken, 31, 32. He is going to be prone to injuries. He's going to get exhausted very easily. And it's just one of them now. We need young blood in that side of the field. We need someone who complements what Luca Dean does on the left. If the two of them can do similar things going up and down that pitch, being able to bring it up to the last third of an opposition and putting it in for crosses for the likes of Calvert-Lewin and all the others to get ahead on, or put it outside the box and have someone shoot from outside the box, which seems to be getting rarer and rarer as the seasons tick on. Why is that? Why are we not getting long shots anymore? It's absurd. I mean, granted, James Rodriguez does this sort of stuff, but I don't see Calvert-Lewin, I don't see Richarlison. I see Sigurdsson do it from time to time, and honestly though, he's been doing them quite high, wide and handsome. But that's a whole nother video. We're going to talk about that in another time. But we definitely need people to be able to provide on both sides of the pitch. Iwobi's not going to cut the mustard. Seamus Coleman, I absolutely love what he does still at his age, but it can't last forever. We need the young blood to come in and have Seamus as the backup in case something goes awry. Let's say Max Aarons gets a slight niggle or an injury when he's playing. He can fill in for that time. But yeah, that's what I've got to say about Max Aarons and Ivan Toney. They're both brilliant players. I would love to see their signatures, even if it's just those two. I would love to see that. That would bring pace that we desperately need in this squad. With Abdoulaye Doucouré out at the moment, our pace is just absolutely abysmal. Honestly, I could see grannies on Zimmer frames run up and down the pitch faster than these guys at this point in time, and they really need to step it up. The only form of pace we've got right now is Alan and probably Godfrey. And even then, that's at the wrong end of the pitch. Well, I'm not going to say the wrong end of the pitch, but it's not in the ideal part of the pitch. We need a dead centre instead of closer to our third. We need either dead centre and there. So we need pace across like the box-to-box area. This is just, it's a must for this day and age of football. And that's where Philippe Coutinho will come into it. Granted, he's not as fast as what we would like, but he has still got some decent pace, and he's 28 or 29 now. He's around the same age as James Rodriguez when we signed him last season. And in all honesty, I could see him falling in line to where James Rodriguez is right now. He's going to be the creative outlet that is leading into the final third or in the opposition's half. Now, I know a lot of fans are not going to like the sounds of that because A, he's an ex-Liverpool fan, and B, we absolutely love James Rodriguez. I love James Rodriguez. The style of football that he has brought to Everton is an absolute breath of fresh air. Granted, he's an older player, but he has got such a flair and accuracy about him. It's just otherworldly. I've never thought I would see this sort of stuff at Everton. Mikel Arteta was probably the closest thing we had in terms of creativity in my visible memory. Actually, no, that's a lie. There was others. Billy Electinov had a bit of a flair about him. Fellaini, surprisingly enough, was actually quite skillful. I always remember a Man City game when he just absolutely played Craig Bellamy. When ball came and Fellaini just absolutely wrong sides them and flipped him around. But yeah, going off topic here. Philippe Coutinho, I feel like he would be the stand-in for James Rodriguez. So he would take priority over Rodriguez. Rodriguez would sit on the bench. And when Philippe Coutinho would either look like he was slowing down, having a bad game, or suffers with, a strain injury or something that we do not want to see for any player, regardless of whether it's ours or someone else's. We don't want to see them injured. Then he would fall in line because James Rodriguez, he's been out of football for a while in terms of, just basically being a bench warmer for Real Madrid. So he's able to get maybe 6, 7, 8 games and then he's out with a calf strain. This calf strain is going to be forever a thing with James. Chances are what's happened is this has happened early on in his career. It has never healed properly and it's always going to be recurring. I believe one of the medical experts actually... Why is that on there? Screw off. You're ruining my whole thing. Leave this. Sorry. James Rodriguez had a medical expert basically come out and say he had this injury when he was young. It wasn't dealt with properly, and now those muscles aren't, there's like a strain, a little part of his area of his calf that isn't properly dealt, being able to fire on all cylinders. So he's able to play his game, but not as fast as he could, and for not as long as he can. So he's always going to get an issue with this calf strain, and it's always going to come back over and over and over again. I'm not sure if Philippe Coutinho's got a similar situation, because he's basically been a bench warmer for Barcelona for quite a while now. I've watched him play for Barca. He's still got an absolutely brilliant touch about him. He's still got some decent pace, and he's not afraid to try and knock it into the net. He's more of an attacking-minded player over James Rodriguez, so that would be another avenue of attack for us. So we could have a front line. Well, I say front line. It could be a line that consists of Abdoulaye Doucouré, Philippe Coutinho, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ivan Toney, or Richarlison if we don't get Ivan Toney. Those four could be the most devastating combination in the Premier League, apart from the likes of Bloody De Bruyne and Mahrez and all those guys. We're not going to talk about them, though. That's for the Man City fans. We're going to focus on Everton now. But as I'm saying, there is one more player that you can probably see in the photo, and that is Gareth Bale. He has been heavily linked with Everton, alongside another player who we're going to actually talk about in another video, but he has been heavily linked with Everton, and in all honesty, I personally would not have him. He still is an amazing player in the way that he plays, but he just does not have the pace that he used to. He doesn't have the skill that he used to. Granted, I watched the 2018 Champions League final, where he scored an absolute worldie against Liverpool. But granted, that was more Carrier screwing up than him actually shooting a brilliant shot. Yes, it was a great goal, but it wasn't the sort of thing where the keeper stood no chance. Karius had an easy chance to basically grab that and put an end to that shot, but it slipped through his fingers. But why I don't like Gareth Bale is more the fact that, like I said, he's not as great as he used to be. Plus, the wages he is going to demand from us is going to be absolutely stupid. He's going to demand either 150 to anywhere between 150 to 200 grand a week. And not only that, the fact that he's still very badly injury prone. He's similar to the likes of James Rodriguez. He's got injuries that have never been treated to the fullest extent, and they're always going to come back to haunt him. So he is going to probably spend half of his season on the pitch or on the bench, or he is going to spend half the season on the medical table because of injury after injury after injury, coming back over and over and over again. Sadly, we're still at that point in technology where we cannot fix something like this yet. Give it time. I think this could be a non-issue. I feel like in 10, maybe 15 years' time, these sorts of injuries, which normally take them out for like a month or a month and a half, it could only be a week. I mean, James Rodriguez, before the Aston Villa game started, that strain, it was basically, he could feel that going, and he knew if he was to have played, he probably would have lasted maybe half a game, 60 minutes. He would have come off, and then he would have been gone for the rest of the season. We wouldn't have been able to play him against Wolves, against West Ham, against Aston Villa again. Or Man City. He would have been out. That would have been it. And I would have hated to have seen that, because that would have meant we would have lost our creative aspect. So his sacrifice for that one game, when that little twinge or niggle arose, has probably given him another couple of games before he's going to probably go out. So what would be my end result of all this? I think if we were to get Max Aarons, Philippe Coutinho, and Ivan Toney, if we were to get just those three in this next coming window, I would be absolutely delighted, because that will change the entire dynamic of our squad. I mean, I don't think we would be able to play Coutinho and James in the same starting 11. It would not feasibly be possible. The two of them play an extremely similar role, and I feel like they would clash. I mean, this is very similar to what we have at the moment with Gylfi Sigurdsson and Hammers. They're both brilliant players, but they both play a very similar role. They both play I believe it is a number 10 role. So they play just behind the strikers and they provide. But the only thing is, they are both left-footed. Please don't fact check me on that. I will actually correct that down here. You'll see whether I'm right or not. You'll see a red X if I'm chatting on my arse. But yeah, at the end of the day, I would take those three over anything else at this point in time, unless there's other people coming through. Granted, we have got rumours of Sergio Aguero coming to us. Again, I feel like he'd be more of a bit part and a motivation for the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and any other striker that are in the squad, because he's an absolutely world-class forward. He'd basically be what Wayne Rooney was when he came back. Well, partially like Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney came back because he wanted to end his footballing career on a high note, saying, I've come back to my roots and I've still been able to provide to them. I've still been able to score goals. I mean, hell, Wayne Rooney, I absolutely tip my hat off to him, because he was able to get a hat-trick against West Ham, and one of his goals was absolutely magnificent from the halfway line. That was absolutely out of this world. But yeah, getting off topic. Well, I say I'm getting off topic. This is what I do. I ramble. I can have a topic like this for all the live long day, but I will ramble to the nth degree. But just to end things, I'm just going to explain what's going on right now. You're probably hearing that. Ugh, sorry about that. What this channel is going to be is very similar to what some of the other fan channels are like out there. So you've probably seen the likes of Toffee TV and all the others, where they will have a pre-match, post-match, transfer rumours, and just general Everton discussions, whether it be about Bramley Moore, Everton in the community, potential investments, sponsorships and everything like that. There's going to be a video about it, and it's going to be me expressing my opinion or my thoughts on it. Now, at the moment, I am doing what I can to try and work with Bramley Moore, because I've got a whole lot of Everton fans over in Australia who I'm trying to provide drone footage and on-the-ground footage as it's being built. Only thing is, I would not have the permission to actually get on the site at this point in time. So what I've been doing has been a bit of a grey zone at this point, because I've been off-site using technology to get on-site. But if anyone from Everton or the construction firms who are working with Everton would like to get in touch, I would love to be able to discuss and actually, get some drone footage as time goes on, just to provide fans all across the world. I would love to do that. That would be great. But again, I digress. I'm going off topic. I hope you guys enjoy people going off topic, because that's what I do in this sort of aspect. I will talk, but it'll never just be point A to point B. It'll be point A to point 1, then C, then D, then Z, then all the way back to G, then B, then D, then C, then N. It will be over and finish at B. So we will get there in the end. It's just going to be a bloody ridiculous thing. But yeah, I will have a video on Saturday as well. That will be either Saturday or post Carlo press conference. Whichever one comes first, I will be providing. And that'll be just my thoughts and opinions on the West Ham game coming up, my predicted lineup, and just other thoughts and opinions and anything else in the news that happens at the time. But yeah, I would like to thank you all very much for watching and putting up with me if you are still here. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have already ditched me by the time I'd finished, talking about Max Aarons, because this has been a long-winded one. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I will be posting something again very soon. I can't wait to see you guys again. Again, don't forget, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to suggest a topic or anything like that, put it in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. It really helps a lot with this channel. The more people that are subscribed to this channel, the wider it's going to reach, the more we can grow, the more we can, grow as a community together. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.